Welcome back, guys. Today, we're going to be continuing the series where I rank progressive rock albums from the most iconic bands of the style. And today, I got a few more bands. Some bands I'm not including anymore. Like, I'm done with Pink Floyd. I'm not including them in any more videos. I don't really like any of their albums so far. So I'm not going to continue listening to a band that I don't like. A band that I know I don't like, so they're excluded. But there are some other bands that I'm including for the first time in part 3, like Styx, Supertramp, Hawkwind, and some others as well. So yeah, we'll get started with Yes and Going for the One. And this album was great, honestly. Very, very great. Easily, well, one of Yes's best albums in my opinion. And the songs are great. Awaken is a very great last song. Parallels is very catchy. And Versatile Track is one of the best songs they did. Wondrous Stories is short, but still very melodic and emotional. And Turn of the Century is a great, softer song as well. So yeah, Going for the One, another great album from Yes. And Yes are my favorite prog band, so me liking an album from them is no surprise here. But yeah, just a great album with a lot of great keyboards and riffs and vocals from John Anderson. Next we got Lizard from King Crimson, and I don't like it very much, like at all really. There's a lot more jazz and classical influence on this than previous albums, but I don't really like how they use it here. And it's a little too soft half the time, and a little too out there the other half of the time. So I really am not a big fan of this album. King Crimson just got less and less good after their first album, in my opinion. I mean, Red's pretty good, but besides the first album, and Red, and maybe In the Wake of Poseidon, I don't really like their albums that much, per se. I mean, they're still a cool band, but some of their albums I really never connected with that much. Because they're just too soft or too over the top, but not in a way that I like. So yeah, my main issue with this album is that it's just too boring half the time, and the other half of the time it's just like random jazz and classical noises. So yeah, I'm not a fan. Next we have Trespass by Genesis. I'll put it okay tier. I would put it in bad tier if it wasn't for one song, The Knife. The Knife is a very great song. I love The Knife. Easily one of the best Genesis songs. That album alone saves it from being in bad tier, since that song is just so awesome, so catchy, so heavy, intimidating. But the rest of the album I really don't like that much. It's kind of boring and too soft. And you can tell that Genesis were starting to find their sound here compared to the debut, but they still had a long way to go from here. So yeah, really not a big fan of the songs on this album, besides The Knife, of course. The Knife is great. The rest of the songs are just boring to me. So yeah, I admire the effort, but besides The Knife, the songs on here are really not that good. Next we have Brain Salad Surgery from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I don't like this album that much. I know that's going to piss literally everyone who's watching this video off. But hear me out. The main reason why I don't like this album, but I still like Trilogy, Tarkus, and the first album, is because this album just sounds more abrasive than those albums. And a lot of the issues that people have with Emerson, Lake and Palmer are definitely very obvious on this album. Overly long solos, too long without vocals for some songs, and it just doesn't flow very well in my opinion. I mean, the concept is kind of interesting about like an evil robot from the future trying to like destroy humanity, or at least it was something like that. But besides like the theme of this album, I'm really not a big fan of it. It just sounds like noise, abrasive, industrial crap. And it's not as catchy, melodic, or inspirational as the earlier albums, in my opinion. Definitely not accessible at all. And I really just don't like it that much. If you like it, fine, but for me, I just really cannot get into this. I don't really understand the hype. Though I do like it a little bit more than Lizard. So I guess it has that going for it. But yeah, I'm not a fan. They definitely have better records. Next we got Jethro Tull with Songs from the Wood. That sounds great. Definitely the folkiest Jethro Tull album. It's very upbeat. There's a lot of flute playing on here, a lot of upbeat riffs. Has a very outdoorsy atmosphere. And honestly, it's a great album. Pretty much every song's great. It's very catchy, and it's very accessible too. So if you're new to prog or just want some catchy folk music with rock guitars, this is great for that. So yeah, songs from the wood do indeed make me feel much better. Next we got a Farewell of Kings by Rush. And sounds also great. Another classic Rush album from the 70s. Great riffs, great singles, and longer songs too. Rush did an amazing job here. So yeah, they were absolutely killing it in the late 70s. And I love this album. Definitely a great album for sure, with a lot of cool progginess and hard rockness on it. So yeah, not much to say other than it's a great hard rocking prog album. Next we got Song for America by Kansas. And I don't like it. I don't like it nearly as much as the self-titled album or Left Overture. It's just more boring in my opinion. And the last song's a little too overkill when it comes to prog. It's a little bit too bloated. And it definitely has more like an AOR sound than the other two that I just mentioned. So yeah. And I'm not a big fan of AOR at all, really. There's another band on this list that we'll mention soon. It is like a mix between AOR and prog. And I don't like them that much, really. But when it comes to Kansas, I still like Kansas. But this album is just not it for me. Really is not it. Next I got Crime of the Century from Supertramp. And it's okay. There's a few good songs like School and Bloody Well Right. It is catchy. It is like a mix between pop and prog. But a lot of the songs are also kind of forgettable for me. Or they sound too goofy-ish. I don't know if pop and progressive rock are the best mixture. I don't know if they're necessarily that good together. I mean, sometimes they are, but not here in my opinion. I mean, it's alright, but you could do better. So yeah, I respect the efforts, and there are a couple of good songs. But I just don't like it. And next we got The Grand Illusion by Styx. And it's decent. The title track's great. Has a nice message of not being jealous, not being envious of people. And just, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But the Grand Illusion song is good. Has a good message about not being jelly. But the rest of the songs really don't hit with me. I really don't like Come Sail Away that much. It's kind of annoying and overplayed in my opinion. And the rest of the songs are just, they don't even sound that much like prog really. They just sound like generic AOR songs. Just not a big fan of Styx really. And besides a couple of songs. But yeah, not the biggest fan of AOR. So this album's naturally going to go lower. But it's not terrible. Next we got Warrior on the Edge of Time by Hawkwind. And this album is at the very top of okay. There are several good songs, but like, I don't know how to describe the sound on this album. I guess you can call it a space rock album, which is I guess like a mix between prog and psychedelic rock. But it does have a very unique song despite that. I mean, unique sound despite that. There are a few songs like Assault and Battery, Kings of Speed, and the song Motorhead, which the band Motorhead also played. I really like those songs, but the rest of the songs are just sound like a psychedelic nonsense. Really, I'm not the biggest fan of most of the songs on this album, but there are a few songs I really like. It still has a lot of catchy moments and fuzzy riffs. So yeah, it is an alright psychedelic prog album, but it just gets a little overkill at times with the psychedelic stuff. So yeah, it's okay, but you could do better. Next we got Interview from Gentle Giant. It's pretty good. I don't like it as much as Freehand, but I still like it more than Gentle Giant's other stuff. And I do like the theme of how like they're being interviewed as a band. And Another Show in particular is a great song. The rest of the songs are pretty good too. So yeah, if you like Freehand, check out Interview because it's the most similar sounding to that album in my opinion. Say Interview by Gentle Giant, great album, and it is pretty straightforward if you like that type of stuff. Next we got Focus 2, also known as Moving Waves from Focus. And it's pretty good. I don't like the Sidelong Epic on side B. It's a little overkill, but the songs on side A are great. Like Hocus Pocus is a great song. Focus 2, the song is great. And yeah, side A has a lot of good Dutch prog singles on there. It has a lot of great guitar playing and decent vocals. So yeah, but the main reason why I can't put it in great tier is because I'm really not the biggest fan of the Sidelong Epic. But if it wasn't for the Sidelong Epic, I put it in great tier. But it's still a good album. I still like listening to it. So yeah, definitely a great album from the Dutch prog universe. Next, I got Danger Money by UK, and this album's also good. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece per se, but it's definitely the best in good tier for sure. I love Danger Money. The songs are very catchy. It sounds a little AOR-y, but it was the late 70s, so what can you expect? But yeah, this is a good, competent late 70s prog album. And a lot of great musicianship on here, great keyboards, great guitar playing. So yeah, definitely a very, very competent album, for sure. If you like prog with a tiny bit of AOR, then this is for you. And of course, UK are one of the most popular supergroups of the genre. So yeah, definitely a good album for sure. And finally, we have Utopia's first album, which is good. Similar to Focus 2, the Sidelong Epic is just unnecessary in my opinion. Really could do without that song. It's not terrible, but and it's a little overkill. A little too long, drags on, you know. But the songs on side A are great. Like the Utopia theme is a great prog song. A lot of great keyboard and guitar on here. The third song, I forgot the name of it, but I know it was the shortest song. A nice, great single for the band. And yeah, side A of this album is great. And the singer is very good at what he does. The guitar playing is good. Keyboards are amazing. So yeah, this is not as popular as the other albums, but it's still an essential prog album for sure. So yeah, Utopia's first album, definitely a great album for sure. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, check out my other videos, comment, etc. And yeah, that's it for part 3 of Progressive Rock Albums Ranked. I'll see you guys in the next video.